Hey YouTubers, I've had a couple friends that asked me about what I use for soap because I told them I was making my own. Well, okay, we got this washer and dryer probably 5 or 6 years ago. Supposedly save a lot of water. Well, typically you gotta wash everything on heavy duty, and as soon as you put the stuff in there, it goes from an hour and 30 up to 2 hours to wash it. And I don't think it gets your clothes as clean as the old top loaders, but it's what we got now. So, my family has a bunch of allergies, and we don't use fabric softener, sheets, or liquid because, you know, it just makes everyone's nose run uncontrollably and they drip all over the place. So, if you have allergies, eliminate that. If your kid comes down with allergies, I was born with allergies like my son, but so we used to use Draft, and then we ended up using Free and Clear, a lot of the Purex. So we've tried different brands because these are like hyperallergenic and they work. They don't get your, well, with this washer, they don't get your clothes as clean. I had some problems with mine in the middle of the summer when I'd have a bunch of sweaty stuff. I sweat a lot in the summer, and your laundry really reeks. So I'd always have problems with dishwasher getting it clean. So we was looking for something better that we could use with the kids, because we can't even use fabric softener sheets. People will give us clothes, and you got to let the smell. You set them out on the back porch and wash them a few times and set, and in a couple months that stuff goes away. I appreciate the clothes, but the dryer scent kills us. And it's amazing. You can smell all kinds of stuff whenever you get away from all the man-made smells. But anyway, that's what we used to use. Now we use this. I make two different kinds of soap. This is the Zote, which is the pink soap, which I use for the kids' clothes, my clothes in the winter, most of the stuff. And it's a good soap. It works better than the Purex or all. We use several different brands trying them. But all of the Free and Clear soap, this works better. There's just a very faint scent of, you may not even be able to smell it if you use dryer sheets. You won't, or fabric softener, you won't even smell it. Now this one I cook up a little bit different, and I use the Fels Naptha. And I use it on my whites and on my clothes. Now, I'll put the recipe in the comments, but I got my little kit here that I use to make this soap. There's 2 bags, because when you first get these soaps, especially this one, they're very oily. And it helps to freeze them, not just for half an hour. You want to freeze them for like 2 or 3 days. And I double bag it. I put it in the freezer for a couple days. So the kit's very simple. Okay, I got 2 bags. I got an old grater, and I got a cup. This is about 2 cups. Okay, and I got a bin to mix it in. Because when you're mixing this, you want to put your other 2 ingredients in it, and then grate some soap, stir it around, grate some soap, stir it around, because if you grate all of the soap, it all sticks together and you got a big mass of soap. So you want to grate it and mix it as you go, okay? And you'll come out with like that instead of just like a blob of soap. Okay, I always wrap it in a towel because it's frozen and your hand gets cold, and it keeps it from melting the soap as fast. Now I make these 2 different kinds of soaps for a reason. This Zote is the big bar. It's like 14.1 ounces. So I make a double batch. So I put 4 cups. So typically 1 batch would be a small cake of soap, and this measure 2 cups of the Borax and 2 cups of baking soda and a cake of soap. But since these are the big bars, I'll make a double batch, and it completely fills this up. I made this in last October, and we're still, this is April 12th, 13th, 14th, mid-April, okay? The last one, I think it lasts about 10 months or so for us, family of 4, and this lasts about the same time or so. I made this, I think, I don't know, it was last fall. It was a little bit before this one. See, we don't use as much as this. But basically, the Zote soap is because it's a big bar, it's 4 cups of this, which is the double batch, okay? So there's 4 cups, or 2 of these scoops, and 4 cups of the Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda. Now, with the Naptha soap, which I use, I give it a little bit of extra whitening power. I find this on sale, and you can use the name brand. It's just like and it's safe for the HE machines too, but it's just like that Oxyclean stuff, or it's a generic version of it. So whenever I make this soap, I'll put 1 scoop of this, 1 scoop of the washing soda, and 1 scoop of the Borax. And it doesn't fill this up. This is almost a new batch. Maybe I didn't make it last fall, but this does us like 6-8 months or something, and this does us about 10. And I just make them as we go. So I add this to the Fels Naptha, and it really cleans. This is what I use to clean greasy, dirty stuff. What I wash my clothes in the summer when it gets smelly, because this is a gentle soap, and this washer doesn't work worth crap. So Naptha, 2 cups of the oxygen stuff, 2 cups of this, 2 cups of that, which is 1 scoop, which is just my high-tech measuring device. So now with the Zote, I'll just put 2 of these, which would be 4 cups of the Arm & Hammer, and 2 scoops or 4 cups of the Borax. Shave it as you go, and mix it in so it doesn't get caught. Now, and like I said, these does us a long time, and they're gentle. This leaves a little bit more smell. The Fels Naptha is for my whites and dirtier stuff. It leaves a little bit of a smell. Not much. Okay, and I'm talking, I can smell stuff because I don't use Downy and all these other, fabric stuff. As far as hunters go, you will most likely still have to get some kind of scent killer, and use something to hide the UV brighteners, because I think the Zote says something about UV brighteners in it. It's also a decent catfish bait, but you want to get it new where it's real soft. When it gets old, it's harder to cut. When it's new, you can just slice it up in little cubes, put it on your hook, and apparently it's supposed to be really good. I haven't had a lot of luck with it, so I don't use it hardly ever. Throwing soap in a lake just doesn't sound. There's people put WD-40 on catfish baits, and it don't sound good to me. I hate to be the cause of pollution. Tread lightly. But anyway, that's what we do with our laundry. I make 2 different soaps, and you get a long run out of these. And you will use most. I made a batch. This was new, and there's maybe a cup and a half in there. And this is a new box. I ain't started yet, but anyway, I just keep my kit down here on my in my junk pile, but that's what kind of soaps I make for laundry, and they work because my son has multiple allergies. My daughter does too, to a lesser extent, but my son's really sensitive. His skin, he has eczema too, so. And they work with the HEs. I've been doing this for a couple years now. Now you see water always gets left in here, but this is where I put my soap. And I mean, it's wet, but there's no residue. And this always had a problem with siphoning it out, because this is the siphon that siphons water out. It runs down from the top into these things. When it wants soap, it runs in here and it just washes it down. There's a big drain underneath that collects it, but it doesn't build up. You can see my drum. I just finished a load of laundry. It doesn't smell. It doesn't. There's no residue really on it. So, like I said, I've been using it for a couple years, and it hasn't caused me any problems with that. And as far as being hyperallergenic, it seems to be good. I mean, it doesn't, you know, affect my kids' allergies. So, and oh my God, this stuff was like between $7 and $8 a bottle, and it does 66 loads. And we go through one of these every couple months or every month and a half. So going over to this, you put $4 into, maybe $4 or $5 on making, a tub of this, but this tub lasts me like 10 months. So you save a lot of money on it. The Zote soap I got at a Big Lots, and the Fels Naptha you can get at Walmart or anything. You can also order stuff online. Like I said, there's a big bar, and there's 12, and there's, I think, 7 ounces. See, this is like 5.5 ounces. This is why I only make a single batch, but I put the oxys and stuff in there. And I keep it dry. I know a lot of people mix it with liquid, but then I got 10 gallons of liquid sitting around, and it's just nice to have just 2 little containers sitting around. But anyway, that's my soap. It's my washing detergent. Hope it helps. I can't guarantee that it'll be hyperallergenic for your kid, but it works for ours and me and everything. And so, good luck. There it is. Live long, prosper, all that stuff. See you later.